October the 27th, 2020. Guys, you're looking at the latest information from the National Hurricane Center tonight. What we got is a tropical storm, Zeta, as it moved over the Yucatan Peninsula. As we were watching it late last night, early into this morning. It kind of dove a little further into the peninsula than they expected. It slowed the storm down. As of 7 p.m. tonight, you're looking at 65 miles an hour. Now, when it gets back up to 74, it will become a hurricane, and you can see more than likely in the next update we will see this, and some of the models are projecting somewhere in the central Gulf for it to at least go to 80 miles an hour. You've got hurricane warnings from central Louisiana all the way over to Mobile. So all my friends across this area, including our entire Gulf Coast here in Mississippi, you pay attention to this storm. Not only because it's a hurricane, and we know that you can have high tides, you can have water spouts, you can have tornadoes, wind damage, things like that. But we're dealing with very strange weather. I'll show you what I'm talking about. Now, this is the current wind or current temperature in the U.S., guys, not wind chill, but the real temperature. And we're seeing 71 degrees, Galveston, Houston, down in New Orleans, the Mississippi Gulf Coast, 70, 73. As you can tell by the color of the map, quickly it gets cold very fast, way below freezing up near in north and west of the Dallas area. And check it out as it moves further up, guys. So we're dealing with something I haven't had a lot of experience with, is a hurricane coming in with record low temperatures for this time of the year. Grand solar minimum. The people that do the long-term forecast have been warning us this winter is going to be tough. And I hope you're prepared for it, because there's already records being broken. Now, when you have this quick of a change in temperatures, and we've got a hurricane that's about to move up through this area, where it meets, and it's not coming in until tomorrow night, or making landfall around 7 p.m. tomorrow night, probably in South Louisiana. Where these temperatures are, where it meets this hot, warm air, that's my concern. I know I mentioned it in the last video, but I can't help it. This is going to be a problem. Let's look at some of the models coming off the Fox 10 information. And Fox is showing we've got a storm at 14 miles per hour as far as forward speed. And by after midnight, Wednesday, 2 a.m. tonight, a 80-mile-per-hour storm. And then proceeding north as a Cat 1 hurricane, possibly a Cat 2, and then coming ashore exactly what we were talking about. This is going to be critical. The storm has picked up speed. Now it's moving northwest at 14 miles an hour. Barometric pressure is dropping 990 millibars. Strong storm into extreme cold weather is almost unprecedented. And 28 minutes ago, this spaghetti model update came out, and everything's really tightening up, guys. Every model is within about 60 miles from east to west here. Got the storm coming up, crossing South Louisiana, the New Orleans area, Lake Pontchartrain, Hattiesburg, up through Laurel. A little further north, you're getting Meridian, very close to Jackson. And in this, you've got the Canadian model and the Navy model very close together right through this area, and that's where you're going to have to pay attention to it. Now, this is the Canadian model, the CMC, and you're actually seeing two storms. This is the second one. Let's let it replay, and it's showing a stronger storm forming in the Caribbean after this storm, Zeta, comes ashore. Here it comes across the central U.S. back into the Atlantic, and a second storm here, getting very strong and then stopping somewhere, or the model stops along the Yucatan. It does. We'll just have to see how this late time model comes in, guys, because if it crosses back out into the Bay of Campeche, of course, we could have another storm on our hands. But they are indicating some strengthening coming out of the Caribbean. But if you look at this again, right here, we'll stop this, and let me back it up a couple of times. And look at our timing. Again, here, it's ashore. This is October 29th, 2 days away. Again, it's going to be starting tomorrow evening. It's right over, I guess you would say, the northern sections of Lake Pontchartrain, coming down into South Mississippi at this point. But we're going to watch it, guys, because we know the models can change east or west. They have a tendency to turn a little more right at the last moment. But and the reason I say that could be particularly important is because we do have a very strong cold front that could be forcing this right turn. So that's just telling you guys in Orange Beach, Mobile, Pensacola to keep your heads up. You know how this game is played out at the last minute. Now, this is current satellite images as of 8:03 tonight Central Time. That's 9:03 on the East Coast, guys, and it's cleared all the land. It has all the obstacles behind it, and all it can do now is strengthen. And I've noticed that earlier today, as it first came off the peninsula of the Yucatan, that it was trying to reform, but now we see some taller storms trying to wrap around the center. You can see also, if you notice, guys, right in central Mississippi, we're starting to get some showers now. We've had a few today, but that's, if you look due north of where the storm is, also coming in offshore near the Galveston area. And there's a wide band, guys, it's already moving south of Lake Pontchartrain and towards New Orleans. Now, this is lighter rain, but it's going to give you an indicator of where the moisture is, and that's important with this freezing temperatures moving in from the northwest. Now, a couple of days ago, I did a video, I think I titled it Clash of the Titans, and going back to the storm gods of ancient Sumeria, whatever you want to look at it. But we got a clash coming up. Now, again, we got a very powerful storm wrapping up into the Gulf of Mexico. It's pushing everything to the north. This system is pushing out of Canada, Alaska, down through the northwestern U.S., and there's going to be a conflicting area somewhere along this moisture line. Now, hurricanes can set up their own weather system, but so can the Arctic vortex, which is what we're looking at. Two vortices, one very warm and in the hurricane, one very cold with a powerful backing wind. This is going to be a new one for the record books. You're already starting to see some of the transition here over New Mexico. You guys keep an eye on the storm all the way through this area. You're getting snow already in Flagstaff, Arizona, things like that. And it is early, but I know that's a snow area. But along the Gulf Coast, from Texas up through this area, and guys, even when it moves up through Mississippi and Alabama and starts getting into Georgia, South Carolina, North Carolina, you're going to be still in that mix of deadly weather. And guys, I've seen people in neighborhoods get taken out in these November tornadoes in our area. So just keep that in mind. Be prepared for the worst in this case. Not trying to scare anybody, just want to give you a heads up. But we're watching it. You watch it. Be safe.